So, hey guys, today what we're going to celebrate the last few days we have, I suppose, of, I guess, just peace before the inevitable Snake Eye, or not Snake Eye, the Fiendsmith takeover. Well, been nice knowing you guys. So, before Fiendsmith, this was, in fact, the only one card combo you had was Engraver, right? And now you have a lot more. One cards that go into Fiendsmith. So aside from like this, you had Millenium, which everything is just going to be a lot better. And what have we hit again? Let's remember. We have put Beatrice to 0. We banned Beatrice, and then what else was there for that ban list? Like, I think didn't they just put Pearly to 3 or something? Like per Lily or Pearly? I think it was per Lily, right? Yeah. And then something else. I don't think they hit anything. Well, all right, let's go over the obvious problem. So, first off, if we're caring, like, let's pretend we care about this for a second. So, before, I guess it wouldn't be this. It would be like this, right? So, attract, not a one-card combo. So, it will be a one-card combo now. So, if we look at a hand like this, so let's just go with this. We'll go with Ash Blossom 1, and then we'll go, I don't know, 3 copies of Imp, something like this, right? This is a complete garbage hand that does nothing, so this tract does genuinely nothing. All this enables us to do is put a single engraver on the field. If we normal summon the Ash Blossom, we could kind of do some sort of combo, but this is terrible because it loses to a single hand trap. Like, for example, one of the many imperms we have in our hand, we get impermed once on, I guess, like sequence, we're done for. And we have to normal summon Ash Blossom to a Spring, which is terrible. So, yeah. That would just be to combo. Otherwise, we do absolutely nothing. But now, if we were to just do some basic math on this, I guess. So let's just put it this way. We'll assign the value of like a combo. We'll give it a value of 1, right? So if we have a bunch of 2-card combos, then we could only have 2 2-card combos in our hand at once, right? So that'd be a value of 2. If we have 5 1-card combos, so we're looking at like essentially pure engine hands, that'd be a value of 5. So 2, 5. That would be like, if we double this, if we double 2, that'd be 4. And then if we take half of 2, that's 1. That's a whole 2.5 increase in just combo, essentially. This is straight up just off of that one change, making that go from a 2-card to a 1-card, essentially. If we just consider just like any amount of starters, because there are a lot of starters that can allow us to kind of go into Fiendsmith already, right? Or just whatever in general. Then we have 2.5 times more combo power, I guess you can look at it that way. Or 2.5 times this arbitrary value I just made up. But yeah, it's a massive increase. So yeah, even if we were to have just a 1-card and then 2 cards, that would be a value of 3. So that's still nearly double the value of what we had before. And that's just off of the Necroquip just existing now. That's great. And of course, when it comes to the extra deck stuff as well, if we needed 2 bodies now, we needed 3 before. So the simple math on that is, 2 bodies versus 3. So this is now 30% more efficient. And if we scale things up, it becomes more apparent, right? So we'll say, let's have 6 bodies, and we might have generics like, let's say, Verte, right? And stuff like that we can make. So we can divide this and then give this a value of like 3. But if we were using, I guess, a 2-card combo, that would be like, or not 2-card, if we were linking off essentially 3 guys off per combo instead of 2, that would be like a value of 2, if that makes sense, right? So this isn't as much of a difference in that regard, except for accessibility. That's the main thing here. So if we were to just look at it from the perspective of like monsters on board, it's not that bad, right? Except you have to consider we also have this to contend with, so it gets a little bit more complicated. But essentially, this increases consistency. This increases like the amount of starters you can have and the amount of extenders you can have that go into Fiendsmith combo. So, yeah, that's a tremendous issue. And what will I consider Fiendsmith combo for the time being? So you could do like Aerial Eater and all that stuff, but no one cares. Let's just focus on what you can generically do. All right. So let's say we will start with not tracked, because that's not the best thing we could be doing necessarily. So if we actually start with the Millennium stuff, just any normal summon plus the Millennium cards, and then you'll need probably a monster, I guess, to put into the back, I guess, technically. Shouldn't matter too much. But alright, let's say we start off with, I guess we'll go with Sync Engine. Sync Engine special adds Golem. Golem special adds Yugioh. Yugioh can set something else, but either the Golem or another Sync Engine into the back row, make Doom Dragon. So at this point, you would make a rank 8, and then that will insulate your Fiendsmith combo, in this case, from any potential monster hand traps now. And then if we were to do a normal summon, keep in mind that this doesn't require a normal summon to do at all. Then we can do, like, in this case, we'll use like one of the worst possible extenders onto this that we can possibly do. Normal summon Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. Now we can use Ash Blossom Joyous Spring effect, or not Ash Blossom Joyous Spring effect. We link off Ash Blossom plus our copy of Golem, and then that's Fiendsmith combo. And what we are going to do with this Fiendsmith combo is we can do one of two things. So we can make, what I'm thinking of is either a 3-mat Appaloosa or a 4-mat. So we just go through sequence and whatnot. We grab that, we go ahead and activate Lacrima, and then we can either add to our hand the Engraver, or we can special summon it. If we special summon it, that would be a 3-mat Appaloosa. If we were to add it to the hand, we can then grab Lurie, and then that would enable us to essentially make a 4-mat Appaloosa instead. And of course, if we make the 4-mat Appaloosa, now how many interruptions do we have? Well, that would be 5. And, you know, this is with the Millennium stuff. If we just take away the Millennium stuff and just put 2 bodies onto the field, or yeah, just that can be done with a lot of different 1-cards, right? Essentially, with a bajillion different 1-cards now, we can make a 3 to 4-mat Appaloosa and just slap that onto the field before committing our normal summon. Great. And just for example, here's a line that I came up with. So we have Bonfire, add Poplar. Poplar, link that off, and then you put that in the back row, and then your original Sinful Spoils, which you add off Poplar, to special summon Oak. Oak special summon back Poplar, and then we can have Oak send Link Rebo plus itself to summon Flambridge, link off for IP, and then we can go ahead and summon back Oak and Poplar, and then link those 2 off for Moon, link off into the Requiem, special summon Engraver, yada yada, sequence effect, Lacrima, grab back guys, and then we have IP plus Appaloosa with either 4 or 3 mats. So that is, depending on if you played Lurie or not, or maybe tracked or not, that is going to be, let's see, Appaloosa will be 3 interactions, and then IP can then go into SP, which is 2 interactions. So we're looking at, off of just that 1-card combo, we're looking at just off of just generic spam, essentially. We're looking at 5 interactions or 6 interactions. And we still have our normal summon. So we could then technically still do, I don't know, just whatever. What's a normal summon that would do something here? I don't think it really matters, does it? I don't know. Normal summon Rosin, normal summon Moyi, normal summon Armageddon Knight, sending Orcus Hardport, like just literally whatever you want. just normal summon Primera, sure, just whatever, genuinely. And then all of that, like the entirety of that second combo, is going to be insulated by essentially the first. And if we look at it from a different perspective, okay, so what if we were to do that combo first, and then if that gets interrupted, we can just go back and fall back on the Fiendsmith stuff, and then you just have to deal with that like massive Apollos essentially, right? And all of this is just to say it's terrible. Things are much worse now. So in terms of like hand traps, if we don't open something literally like a Mulcharmy or Maxi, like what is your hand trap supposed to do? So in the case of the Millenium stuff, right? If you were to not hand trap this, your opponent will have a bajillion monster negates with Apollosa and also Photon, Galaxy Lord or whatever. So that will just insulate all of their other plays if you don't hand trap. So you pretty much just have to hand trap this, like you have no choice in the matter. And then if you do hand trap this, you don't have hand traps for like everything else, and it doesn't necessarily stop them from getting into everything else either. So another way we could do this is we could look at the Azumina stuff and combine it with like the Millenium, right? And that's like, you don't even need to take Snake Eye into account, because Snake Eye, believe it or not, is just generic body spam really. So it's not that much better than like Millenium, for example, in this case. Well, actually, in terms of bodies, it could be. I think it might be one more, but it doesn't insulate your plays the same way, so it's just, yeah, whatever. In short, pain and suffering. And if you want to interact with your opponent with a hand trap, I don't see how you're doing it. And if you were to go take the board breaker approach, there's also like the issue of like Desiree. So if we have like a trap that we can just flip over for whatever reason, we could Desiree negate unironically like a droplet or a I guess a Dark Ruler no more if we really want to. Those options are on the table. So not really happy about that. And also, just insult to injury. The Fiendsmith stuff sets itself up, so you can get some additional bodies at least for next turn, and maybe also a little bit more. So if we have Engraver, we can special summon Engraver, summon Requiem, summon Engraver, equip onto Engraver, send the Requiem, and then send one of our opponent's guys. This is still a body, and you do things with bodies in general, right? At the very least, even if you're completely board wiped here, you can then make a Typhon on top of this. And that's assuming you have like no other extenders or options. Like you literally top deck for turn, I don't know, like Infinite Impermanence or something, and you have no other cards or follow-up, which I don't think is that likely, but this is just considering only Fiendsmith stuff, and not even considering what else you're playing, because there might be like a specific synergy that I don't know about with Fiendsmith, but alright. Now you just have to deal with this, and you might think, okay, so we just ban Apollosa, problem solved. What if I just make Aerial Eater instead? What if I don't know, make Nightmare Griffin instead? Okay, is the issue really solved? Like, is it? With the amount of bodies we're able to put onto the field, like, we could probably make an Isolde somehow off of this. Would not be surprised. Actually, wait, can you? Thinking? Yes, you can. Lacrima add, and then Lurie. Then we have, once we resolve this stuff, we will have Engraver on the field, Lacrima, Sequence, and then for our fourth body, it'll be Lurie, I think, or Engraver, whichever one I forgot to list. And then we can link them both off for like 2 Link 2 Warriors, and then those Link 2 Warriors we could link off for like Isolde. I mean, it's not like the most efficient thing, but it's just how many bodies we have that we could make Isolde in such a dumb way as a 1-card combo. It's just, yeah, not necessarily the most efficient way to get there, right? But the fact that you can is proof of how dumb this is, right? And this technically, because we can go into Isolde from there, right? Technically, this makes it so, well, it doesn't matter because there are so many one cards for a Soul Day already, but if we put any 2 monsters on the field, we can translate it into a Soul Day, which technically means we can translate it into an FTK, pretty much. So, I'm pretty sure with the remaining cards left, you probably have enough room to do like some sort of a Soul Day nonsense. I'm not sure what you're doing exactly, but you know, you probably have enough room for that. So, that's great, I guess. Epic. So, next question. What are we going to ban here? So, what is getting hit for this? The only thing that you could logically hit is Fiendsmith, but they just released, so I think we're just going to be stuck in a Fiendsmith meta for a while. And yeah, it's time to pick up a new hobby, clearly. Oh, right. I just remembered. I have multiple copies of Lacrima, Desiree, and Engraver. Nice. I'm solid no matter what they choose to ban, unless they ban like Requiem or something. Which would be a sad day for me. Or if they ban Tract. Also a sad day for me, considering I have 0 copies of Tract. But you know, if they do ban Lacrima or Desiree, or if they limit them, I'm down for it no matter what, because, you know, I have 3 copies. But yeah. This is going to be kind of just problematic now. Not really a fun meta to look forward to. So now what I see in the future, it's going to be stun. And if it's not going to be stun, it's going to be Fiendsmith. And you're just going to have to sit through the Fiendsmith combo. And then you're not going to be able to do anything. So if you try to stop, in this case, the quote-unquote Fiendsmith combo, it'll go into, like, you know, negates. And, you know, like Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, Asmino, whatever that garbage was. You know, the thing about the Fiendsmith cards was, you know, you could just do whatever. And it wouldn't really matter, right? Because this could go into a starter before, and it probably can still now for some decks, but you know, that genuinely does not matter. Because the Fiendsmith stuff by itself can go into like a 3 or 4 mana Apollosa. So that can insulate your plays, and whatever you were playing before, like Snake Eye, that already has dumbass consistency before you even consider like Fiendsmith. Like if you link off any 2 guys and then it goes into a starter, like who cares? You don't even need to go into a starter. So the Beatrice ban, it didn't really do a whole lot in that regard. And yeah, in short, there's a lot of things you can do with this, and yeah, it's way too generic, so that'll be a problem as well. And the cost for like what this will give is just dumb, right? So essentially, another way to look at it is if you put 2 effect monsters onto the field, it unironically will translate into, at the very least, it can translate into a 4-mana Apollosa. And this can be done, of course, with no normal summons to insulate literally whatever play you want to be doing. So, I don't know. What's the dumbest thing I could be doing? I don't know. Let's say Utopia FTK. I can do Fiendsmith combo first, and then I can do the Walk FTK with Utopia. Because why not? I guess. What are you going to do about it, right? They have like a bajillion mat Apollosa, and they could technically have like a Desiree plus, I guess in this case it would be Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord plus Desiree, and then they walk you. So yeah, not much to look forward to. In short, I guess. Makes me want to kind of see Shifter at 3 after seeing this crap, but you know, whatever. So, macro sounds good right about now. And yeah, the thing about this is mostly that this is just going to oppress going second more, because like every deck now can very easily access like a 4-mana Apollosa before even committing to any sort of play. Just, yeah. No idea what you're supposed to do about that, but also like the oppression that you can see now is going to be like crazy. So if we do special summon Unicorn first to add like Theosis, and then we do a normal summon. Like we could literally normal summon Ash Blossom Joe Spring to make Moon, bring back Kushtira Unicorn. Then if you were to Ash Engraver, I guess in this case, then you lose your Fiendsmith combo. So Kushtira Unicorn, that's probably going to be seeing play. So that'll be frustrating because this is limited to 2 as well. And it's just like extra bodies, and it's just like disgusting metagame essentially. So there's that, and while we're here, I'll also complain about this real quick. Kushtira, Fenrir, and Unicorn, these two are actually like just more disgusting when they're played with Azumina than when they're actually played and used to make a Rise Heart. Like straight up, like what the hell is this garbage? So if we were to like go special summon Fenrir, we can use the continuous spell to tribute the Fenrir, and Fenrir adds Unicorn, so you can special summon Unicorn to add Theosis to special summon back Fenrir, and then you can just have both of them technically. If you want to just keep them both on field, you don't have to like link them off necessarily, but you could link them off as well, and then also do Fiendsmith combo with them. And yeah, that's right, isn't it? And then you could use Unicorn in the same kind of way and do like Fiendsmith combo as well. Whatever you intend to do with that, could be like a massive Apo. It could be like something more degenerate, but I mean, just being able to make the Apo already is so disgusting. I just genuinely don't know what you're supposed to do if you are not on Fiendsmith, So now, do we have to play Fiendsmith if we're playing like some other engine to like, play the game? Do we have any good like hand trap options for this? So you might be thinking like, oh yeah, just Droll, right? But here's one example of when Droll wouldn't work. Okay, now we do Fiendsmith combo. So worst case scenario, it might be something like this combo. So we do the Millenium stuff. We can go Fiendsmith and then go make the zombie vampire, mill 9. And then that probably, if you didn't already have a way into like Rhino Heart, then you would just likely get one from your mill 9 if you didn't also mill Rhino to special summon off of the zombie vampire, because that'll probably happen because dear lemon. But yeah, let's say you do all that stuff and then you resolve Kick Kalos and tier cash. That is a mill 19 off of just 1 card Sengenjin. So yeah, I think that the only mill you stop in this case is the zombie vampire mill for the most part, if you were to Droll this. So not really happy about that, because this doesn't actually add any cards, right? If we were to just make this instead of using like the main deck Fiendsmith, if we go extra deck Fiendsmith, I don't think you can actually like do anything with Droll to the combo. So I guess in this case you would lose 4 mills going to 15. So in short, not really happy about this in the slightest. So right now I'm just seeing essentially either Fiendsmith or getting floodgated in my future. Well, board breakers? What board breakers would you even invest into dealing with this? Can't think of that many good ones because your opponent can do like whatever with an Apollosa to insulate whatever plays they intend to do. And those plays can just deal with whatever board breakers probably. So, right. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Well, yeah, just saying, you could unironically do like the Apollosa thing, and then, or whatever, and then normal summon Fossil Dyna still, because you didn't special summon. That's how disgusting this is. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.